A few tips for graphing on the Inspire. First, I'm going to go to the home button and hit it. It's going to ask me for I'm going to pick a new document. Ask me if I want to save the other one, and I'm going to say no. And then I'm going to add a graph. Here I have f1 of x is equal to, and we're going to put in x squared and enter it. And we get a graph. So we want to translate that graph over here to our paper, and we can see pretty obviously that the vertex is there at 0, 0. To find some other points pretty easily, we're going to go to Menu. We're going to Trace, Graph Trace, and we got the 0, 0 down there. And what we can do at this point is we can just put in like 1 and then enter it. And you can see that our x moves, and it tells us down here that our point is 1, 1. So we can put on our graph 1, 1. We can then do a 2 and enter it. And it's going to, our x is going to move up, and we get the point 2, 4. So we're going to put the point 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 on there. We'd also, if we moved it, find out we had 3, 9, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 4, and then negative 3, 9. So it gives us some dots where we can make a nice graph of y equals x squared. Now we want to graph the second one, y equals x squared plus 4, on the same set of graphs. So where do you put it? So what you need to do, and I'm going to write it right up here, is you're going to use the tab button. So I'm going to come over here to the left and push the tab button, and it gives me a bar where I can put in another function. So in here, I'm going to put in x squared plus 4 and enter it. And you see I get a second function up there in red. So let's go to the menu, and again, trace, graph trace. And you can't really see it, but the x is kind of up there where we had it originally at 2, 4, because it's behind the red function. You can actually move that. I'm having trouble moving it on my computer. But in order to make it move from the blue graph to the red graph, I think you can just hit this red arrow. Oh, yes. And you see it moved over there to the red graph. Now, at that point, it's telling us that we've got 2, is that 8? So I'm having 2, 8. So I've got 2, 2, and I want to go up to 8. So I'll just use that since it was already there and put it in. Really what I'd like to know is what happens at 0. So I'm going to put 0 and enter it, and it moves down there, and you see I have the point 0, 4. So 0, 4. I'm also interested in what happens at 1. So 1 and enter it, and I find out that I have 1 and 5, which I'm going to put here. And we can continue. We'd see I had negative 1 and 5 and negative 2 and 8 as well. So we could sketch that graph in right here. We're also asked to describe what's similar about them. Well, the similarities on this, so they're similar. They are both parabolas. And how are they different? The second one we graphed was moved up 4 units. So they look the same, except the second one had moved up 4 units. And hopefully that's good enough to help you out.